Good evening, everyone. I'm Megan Coleman. President Obama is set to deliver his State of the Union address with the nation's economy coming back and new plans to raise taxes on the wealthiest Americans to help ease the burden on the middle class. So let's show you a live picture right now at Capitol Hill, where the president will deliver his address tonight. One of the bigger topics will be the fight against terrorism, especially following the bomb plot against Capitol Hill and the deadly shootings in Paris. Another big focus, how our economy is doing now. And of course, we can't forget about the contentious issues surrounding immigration in the country. Now at 6, our own Matt Mulcahy joins us live from the nation's capital with a preview of tonight's State of the Union address. Matt, good evening.
Well, Megan, it couldn't be a more beautiful evening here in Washington, D.C. The sun has just set on the U.S. Capitol. You can see it's wonderfully lit up behind me. The Capitol Dome, although under construction, still looks so grand tonight. And that's the way it will look when the president arrives here in about 3 hours to deliver his State of the Union message. Keep in mind, he only has one more after this. He's starting to run out of time in terms of getting his agenda accomplished. Now, once he's in the House chamber tonight, he'll be talking about that tax increase on capital gains for the wealthy to help out the middle class with a tax credit and other issues like free community college and expanding broadband internet access. Of course, he's doing all this while the economy is also improving a bit, so he's trying to take advantage of that now that both sides of Congress, both the House side and the Senate side, are controlled by the Republicans. Now, late this afternoon, we talked with freshman House member John Kakko from the Syracuse area. This is his first State of the Union address, and he really appreciates the history he will witness tonight.
You're part of history, and so how was it anything other than exciting? I mean, it's especially my first time, so it's a high honor, and it kind of reinforces that you're in the big leagues here, you know, and your President of the United States is going to be talking to you, trying to convince you to talk about, you know, to come over to his policies. So it's a high honor. So that's the first thing comes through my mind. Of course, we got to go through the substance of what he's saying and figuring out what we can support. But, you know, by and large, it's quite an honor to be sitting there listening to the President of the United States.
Now, as much as it's an honor to listen to the President of the United States, John Kakko is also taking this all in stride. In fact, at about 4:30 this afternoon, we took a walk right down Independence Ave, 4 or 5 blocks, with the congressman. We stopped at Starbucks, had coffee, a relaxing conversation. But he also explained to me his appreciation for the history of the buildings that are part of this Capitol Hill complex. Not only the United States Capitol, but the old Library of Congress, the newer building for Library of Congress, and from where I stand right now, the Supreme Court of the United States. It is not lost on him that there's inspiration that can be found to get things done to improve Central New York and America, and he does have concern that people who are in office here for too long of a period of time lose track of how powerful this city can be. Megan?
Matt, it's been a remarkable day for you all there today. Have you had a particular spot that you've been able to take into sites, or maybe one site that's really sort of stuck out in your mind?
Well, every place here has such a gorgeous view and every perspective is different. But now that you ask, this morning I got up early from our hotel in the Northwest District here, just on the other side of the Capitol, and was able to go for a run as the sun really had just come up over the Washington Monument, casting a glow on it. Just a spectacular sight, really taking advantage of the beauty the city has to offer. But tonight, remember, this is about politics. The president will be here to make a case to this Republican-controlled House and Senate that he'd like to get something done this year.
Some important issues on the line tonight. Matt, we'll see you again on the CW6 News at 10 and on NBC3 News at 11 tonight. We will also have coverage of President Obama's State of the Union address, which begins at 9 o'clock.